create this diagonally scored background. It's very simple, and unfortunately it's barely seeable in this particular video. So what I'd like for you to do is just take away the technique today, and in order to see a really nice picture of it, visit my blog, sandystamper.com. April the 17th it's going to be posted, and it really is beautiful and it adds a lot, but working on white cardstock, it just doesn't show up. So like I say, what you'll take away is the technique. Also, I'm going to show you how to curl the petals of the daisy so that they look so cute. And then I want to show you how to use the ribbon border punch. What I'm going to use is the Simply Scored board, and it is in the 2019-2020 catalog. So you get the board, and then you have a styling, the stylus that comes with it. You're going to find that you're going to use this board for a lot of different scoring projects, all different types of cards that need to be scored. It's big, it's easy to use. So what I'm going to start with is my card. I have it already folded because I only want to put this diagonal on the front. The trick for this technique is very, very simple, and it's just basically that both of the points of the card need to be at the same number. So I am going to, you can kind of go like this until they each get to the same number. So it's just about 4, almost 4. And I'm going to start at 1. I have my diagonal lines going at 1 inch parallels. You can have yours at any width. That you might want 1/2 inch, you might want 3/4 of an inch. It just depends on what you're doing and what your design is. Okay, and you notice that I'm stopping at the score line because I really don't want it on the back of my card. Okay, now I'm going to flip it, and again I'm going to be looking for the points. I'm going to make sure that my scoring is going to be closest to the right because I'm right-handed. So this time it looks like the points need to be at 6 in order to be at the same number. So I'm just going to start at 4. And again, you'll notice that I'm stopping at the score line. This only takes a minute to add this to a project, and it really does add so much. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it like this, use my bone folder, because I prefer to have the poof coming up. So in other words, it's going to be the emboss side, not the deboss side. That's what I like. Okay, now you can also do this on a square. So this square is 5 inches. So what I would do is just take a side, and it appears that it would be about 3.5. So I would just, I've already scored this a little bit, but I don't think you can even see it. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so after you get that side scored, then you're going to turn it, and once again, it's a square, right? So it's going to land at the same point. It'll be about 3.5. And then you would pull, at 1 inch intervals, or whatever your interval of choice is, to get your square. So now what if you'd like to have a circle? What you do is you cut the circle first and then emboss second. You never emboss before you cut, because when you do run cardstock through a cutting machine, the Big Shot, whatever you're using, it's going to flatten the embossing. So you cut first, you emboss second. So you're going to put the circle back in here because you need a square, not a square, but straight lines to work with in order to do this technique. So you would, again, this time it looks like 4.5 would be, okay, so you're going to do your scoring, and then when you move your card, make sure you do not move the circle when you turn to your second side, because you don't want to move the diagonals. So this time it looks like it's 3, oops, hold on, 4.25. Okay, it's going to be 4.25. And then you would just do your scoring, and then you have this time I did a 1/2 inch, and again, I'm not really sure that you can see it at all, but trust me, it's really, really pretty. And you definitely are going to want to use the technique to have a plain card all of a sudden become very interesting. Okay, the second thing I want to show you is how to curl up the ends of your daisy punches. So let's punch out some daisies, and if you have a half a piece of cardstock, you're going to be able to punch 8 large daisies and 2 small daisies. And by half I mean 11 by 4 1/4. So let me show you how that's done. Okay, so this is the large daisy punch. You're going to turn it upside down so that you can see what you're doing. And just snuggle it up to the edges as close as you can get it and punch. Then you're going to move your punch around to the other side of the cardstock. This way you're getting as close as you can and you're not wasting any cardstock. So you have to keep just playing with it a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you're just going to keep, you don't need to see me punch that whole thing, but you're just going to keep going until you have your 8 daisies, and then there's space here for 2 little daisies. All right, so now that you've got your daisies punched, we want to curl them up. Don't put your thumb right in the center, because if you do, it's so much easier just to pull off the petals. Move your thumb up into the petal just a little bit, and then as you turn the petal or the daisy, you're going to just keep moving your thumb. Well, really, I guess you're moving the daisy. You don't even have to move your thumb, just moving the daisy so that you're pulling up. It curls them and it just looks so cute. Then you're going to do the little one. Okay, so then when you go to put them together, let's see, I'll put here so you can see. You're going to alternate, you know, so that you're covering up all the space. It looks cute. And then put your little one, and then you're going to use your 1/2 inch punch. So here's the little punch. Here's the big punch. And then you've got your 1/2 inch punch. Now what I used for the leaves is just called the leaf punch. These are all in the catalog. So now you've got your cute daisy. If you don't curl them, they're going to look flat. And here's an example of a flat daisy. I made this card several years back and I thought it was really cute, and actually it is. But I prefer the daisies with the petals curled up a little bit. It brings them to life and just makes me smile. All right, so now the third thing I want to show you is how to use the ribbon border punch. When you're cutting cardstock, let's see, here's the ribbon punch. A lot of times you'll get these pieces that are, you know, you go, I wonder what I would ever use that for. Well, hold on to them, because those are the perfect pieces for a punch like this. One of my tips is to stand up. What you're going to want is you want to keep the cardstock hugging the punch. Then if you stand up, you need to see in front of the punch and behind the punch. So start with the cardstock a little bit past the center, and then you're going to push it up. Now when you push it up, the back part of the cardstock still needs to be hugging the edge of the punch. The front part needs to be hovering exactly over the printed pattern on the punch. So if you keep it right over that, then you can just keep moving forward with your punching, and it's going to be so, so cute. Okay, do you see how easy that is? Okay, so it just adds a lot. A little bit messy sometimes, but super cute. Okay, so you've learned how to score the background. You've learned how to use how to curl the petals, and you've learned how to use the ribbon border punch. So be sure and subscribe to my blog, and please visit subscribe to my YouTube channel and visit my blog, because you'll see how cute this is in person. Thank you for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.